What's up, market snipers? This is Jesse. What do you think? Is Bitcoin going to hit $38,000 first? Or do you think it'll hit $24,000 first? Well, I'm going to give you my exact thoughts on it, and we're definitely going to dive into the charts. If you stay till the end of the video, I have some potential opportunities for the Bitcoin miners. Could they be breaking out very soon? We did talk about it on the live streams a little bit earlier today, and we're going to take another deeper dive on that. But first, let's jump into Bitcoin right off the bat. What I always like to do is take a look at from a little bit further out on the view, weekly chart view, right? So we had the big correction downwards, had the bullish divergence, and then we had talked about how Bitcoin was breaking out to the upside, came all the way up. There were signs of slowing down. There was sell signals. There was MACD bearish crossovers, all that stuff. Price pumped all the way back up, put in bearish divergence, right? And then we had all those same signals starting to happen again. The potential sell on our bot alert system. We had the RSI sell signal on our second indicator. We had MACD bearish crossover. And then as price was starting to break down here about 29,200, we thought it was possible that, and it's all documented on video, so go back to previous videos. There's one, is Bitcoin crashing, right? There's the Bitcoin and crypto breakouts. There's previous streams, all that stuff, right? We were talking about how price could come down, hit multiple targets. It did. Possibly the 200-week moving average. It did. Then would it find support? It did. And then start to bounce up? It did. And then will it build out a right shoulder and put in a lower high, right? So that's the last piece to the puzzle that we're not sure about yet. But the reason why it's titled 38,000 or 24,000 next is because I was tagged over on the X app that what are my thoughts, right? The person who posted $38,000 Bitcoin next has 500,000 followers. I can't remember their name. I don't follow them, but I was tagged on their post, and I posted my own video on it saying, no, I don't think so. But I was tagged from a longtime market sniper, following on the X app, I think a newsletter, possibly think Discord as well too. But don't quote me on that. So let's jump in deeper. We're going to turn the drawings back on, right? So if we go back to what we had drawn out in the past on live streams and previous Bitcoin updates, you can go back to previous Bitcoin updates as well. And really, we're talking about this, right? Price coming back down, hitting multiple targets, 200-week moving average, finding support. And then at that point, we were like, okay, well, it hit target one only and then roll over, right? And hit lower targets. Will it price come all the way back up, hit target two, and then roll over? It hit target two, but kept going, right? And then would price come all the way up, hit target three, and then start to roll over? And of course, there's one more main target up here that it could still potentially hit. And so that's why I kind of like put this downward trend line up there. But as of right now, could it still just roll over after target three, right? So when we drop down to the lower time frames, it looks like it could just roll over after target three. It's still possible that it comes up to hit target four. And then, of course, the final thing is like if it were to go to $38,000, and my response was on that post was for the 38,000, I said, we don't need to worry about $38,000. It's probably very good for, for engagement, right, on the X app. But we don't need to worry about 38,000 until we start seeing closes back above $30,000, right? There's no need to get ahead of ourselves on 38,000 when we're still not even back above 30,000. Now, we started getting closes back above 30,000. Yes, I did have longer term targets that were never hit, going all the way up to like 34,000, 38, 40, 45,000. So there are longer term targets that it could have hit. It hasn't. It stalled out. It wicked up to 31,800. And the highest weekly close was at 30,600, right? So as of now, the reason why we thought it could come down like this, bounce, put in a lower high, and then break back down to lower is because we were watching silver and gold, and it looked very similar to silver and gold. And that's still my main thoughts on Bitcoin right now. Of course, this is where I'm going to change my thoughts, right? It comes down, price, right? Comes back up, breaks through all four targets, and breaks through the resistance, comes back and flips those targets from resistance into support. And you start seeing those closes back above that 30,000. That's when I would actually think it's, $38,000 on the table. We'll have to realign our whole thought process. We'll have to bring out the old higher targets from there. But there's no need to get ahead of ourselves yet, right? There's a lot of big what ifs on that scenario. So still, this scenario is playing out and it hasn't stopped. Even from back here, back in July, even down here in August and September, we were talking about on videos, Bitcoin updates, and live streams that it could take weeks, if not months. And if you look at this, it's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 10th week, right? So we're already over 2.5 months. And you can kind of see, like, if you follow this brush line over, it'd be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Like, it could take another 3 or 4 weeks for it to actually roll over. And if it doesn't, if it comes up, hits this target and then goes higher, that could also take some more time, right? So that's what we're kind of seeing right now is the same thing on Bitcoin. But let's drop down the daily chart. Let's take a look. And a couple key things that we were watching, right? Down here, we had that bullish divergence followed by the reversal candle. And then price came back up, hit target 3, 1, 2, and 3, right? So we zoom in here. And this was the highest candle close since the breakdown, right? So that huge breakdown, right? And there was a wick that came all the way back up into this area, filling that big area that just like dropped down. You could say inefficiencies, as others would say, or just like such a big move back, you're going to get some sort of a retracement back up, and it could continue up and kind of fill this area up in here, possibly come back up into here. But what I want to do is zoom in, right? So this was the highest candle close here at about call it $28,000 Bitcoin, right? It wicked up, closed back down, had a reversal candle. Doesn't mean the reversal candles are 100%. They never are, right? But it has called the reversal on Bitcoin the last. So I'll show you one time where it didn't, right? Just to keep it neutral. But 1 reversal, 2 reversal, 3 reversals in a row. And if you go back 4 reversals, that was not the bottom, right? So, but 1, 2, 3 reversals in a row. Will this be the 4th reversal in a row? Or could it do something similar to this reversal candle where it comes back up higher and then puts in another reversal candle after that, right? But as of right now, this is the highest candle close so far. This is a reversal. And then today's candle close, price is all the way back up here at 28,300-ish, right? And actually end up closing back below here, which at the current moment is a lower high, right? Sip of water. Hey, don't forget, as we're doing this, our goal is to get 100 likes. So help me, help you, help me. Smash that like button, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. All right. Sometimes we're going to be obnoxious on this channel, right? So whether it's live streams or videos, but I think that is very key. The daily candle close there, reversal candle. This one did not close above here. Doesn't mean the next candle won't, and then that point doesn't even matter. But if it starts breaking back down and never has a candle close higher, you can see it start to potentially roll over from there, right? So you can kind of look at it as like, think of it as kind of like rolling over from there. So too early to call it, but those are some points that we're watching. Of course, you'd have to drop down pretty far on the, to see additional reversal candles all over the place on the 1 hour chart. Reversal, 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 right? They're all over the place. So, the lower the time frames, the more fake outs and the more reversals based on these inputs and settings. If I change the settings back to the default, you probably have less reversal candles on those lower time frames, but I have it set at certain points for the daily chart. So with that, it's still on track after about 8 to 10 weeks, and it still could take additional 3 to 4 weeks. And now there's always an opportunity, right? Whether the stock market is crashing, whether large, magnificent seven stocks are going through a bigger correction, there are always opportunities because other assets might be going through a long time correction while others are pumping. And then while others are going through a correction, others might get a bounce, right? So it seems like the Bitcoin miners are lagging, right? They went through a pretty good bounce, and then it went through a pretty good consolidation and correction. And now we're going to take a look at these Bitcoin miner opportunities. So let's dive right in. Let's take a look at Master, right? So MicroStrategy is not a Bitcoin miner, but I think it's basically like a Bitcoin miner in my opinion, right? With Michael Saylor and all that stuff, being a part of it and always talking about it, and he's super heavy into Bitcoin, right? So and it plays very similar to Bitcoin miners. So I threw it on here, right? So MicroStrategy, which is not a Bitcoin miner, newsflash, right? I guess I bait and switched you. No, but so a quick recap. We had that buy signal, a push all the way up, hit multiple targets to the upside, right? Followed by a correction. This correction was, how long was this correction? So from here, this wick down to this wick, 82-day correction, right? So 82-day correction, and we're looking at price from wick to wick, a 35% correction, right? So we're not saying this is going to the moon, right? We're not saying, it's off to the races and it's going to hit, $10 million MicroStrategy stock price tomorrow. What we're saying is after an 80 plus day correction and a 35% correction, it's looking like there was bullish divergence, right? Very similar to Bitcoin and very similar to the altcoins that we covered on the Bitcoin and crypto video. Is it breaking out? That video. So if you want to go ahead and take a look at that. So very similar setup, right? You have the bullish divergence, a reversal candle, and then also you have additional bullish divergence, right? And so after the additional bullish divergence, you can kind of see that, price broke out at about $327, and then ended up with a buy signal, right? So you may think this is kind of late to the party. It hasn't even hit target 1, 2, 3, or 4. And it doesn't look like much of a move. But if you were to catch this, and the reason why I'm talking about breaking out from the trend line here is because I'm going to show you the next ones that don't have a buy signal yet, right? So it's still early on some other ones that might be lagging time-wise. And that's the whole purpose of doing this, is that what similar assets that are have already broken out and which ones haven't broken out and could be breaking out next, right? So even a breakout from the downward trend line, you can see the middle of the target box is 6%, 14.5%, almost 20%. And of course, if it hits the fourth target, all the way up to 27%, right? So maybe MicroStrategy is a little late to the party. It just had a buy signal today, and it is trending upwards. So we're going to work down the list. We've got Hut, Bitfarm, and Marathon Digital and Riot. So let's get through them. And I've already mapped it all out to save time, and you can kind of see it from there, right? So quick on Hut, had that breakout, hit key target areas all the way up, hit this one, retraced. You can see that was a long consolidation as well. And, in the save time, we're not going to measure out every single one. I just want to do that in the very first one, but a very similar correction period and probably about the same on the correction as well. So as far as like percentage-wise downwards, you also have bullish. It's not picking up on the indicator, but if I change the inputs, it'll most likely pick it up. You have bullish divergence here, right? And a sneaky higher low here, followed by price moving back up. So there's no buy signal yet. You could say that it's already, broken out of this downward trend line, and you could redraw it like that as well. But there's no buy signal yet. So in the near future, like possibly Monday, possibly Tuesday. And by the way, none of this is financial advice. You have to do your own research. This is for educational and sometimes a little bit of entertainment, right? So we'll try to do that. Wow. I was going to try to keep this video to about 10 minutes. We're already at 16 minutes. It's probably going to be about a 20-minute video. So I'm going to get rocking and rolling here and get going a little bit faster, right? Bullish divergence here, higher low, followed by a nice move up, but no buy signal as of yet on Hut. Let's keep going. Bitfarm, right? You've got this bullish divergence here, and then you have bullish divergence there, and now the relative strength is increasing to the upside. Price broke out, came all the way back down, put in additional bullish divergence, broke out, came back tested this downward trend line, and in the near future, possibly Monday, possibly Tuesday, could see that buy signal. And then you're looking at, if there was a buy signal, even better than the other ones that we mapped out on MicroStrategies, 18, 30, 45, 60%. I know that's going to get a lot of people excited, but don't trade these high risk assets unless you're ready, right? These are higher risk. They're fast movers. And until you're ready, don't trade them, right? Marathon Digital seems like it's, as we're going down the list, you hear me get more and more excited, right? The reason why is because it seems like they're lagging time-wise, right? So you got Marathon Digital. So you have bullish divergence here and here, right? And then this could be a sneaky higher low on RSI, right? And now there's starting to be signs of life of for the relative strength. So Marathon Digital, no buy signal yet. May take a couple days, right? It could do something like, come up, get into this resistance here, comes back down, puts in another higher low, or puts in another higher low, and then hits that buy signal and comes all the way up to target one. Who knows how it plays out exactly, but that's kind of what I see. This is a real opportunity unless it gaps up on you on Monday, right? It's always a possibility that the stock will gap up over the weekend, and it starts Monday all the way up here at target 3 already, and we already missed it, right? Let's take a look at Riot. Okay, so we have bullish divergence going back here till August, bullish divergence all the way till October. So a couple months worth of bullish divergence. Now it's looking like we've got that higher low here, and then a nice move up, RSI buy signal, as you can see there. However, no buy signal yet, right? No buy signal yet. If you got extremely aggressive, right, you could have, right around that 960 or right on that close, doesn't mean on Monday it doesn't come back test it, and then that's your That's your move out, right? And you kind of draw this out like this on Riot, right? Maybe you draw it out like that. If it were to break down within the same day on Monday and then start to break out again, and then you get that buy signal to the upside, there's a lot of potential there. Like even from here, like if you got in around that 990, you're looking at 16, 34% all the way back up to the 200-week moving average and target 2, you got about 34, 35%, and so on and so on, 47. And that's the opportunity, right? So if you miss an opportunity, whether it's Bitcoin, altcoins, stocks, don't chase. Don't chase MicroStrategy that's already got a buy signal. Like find the ones that are very similar and they work together. Some are leading and some are lagging. And find the ones that might be lagging time-wise. And then when those break out, you're already seeing the similar assets that are hitting targets, whether it's hitting target 1, 2, or 3. And then it's possible that the lagging stocks or the lagging crypto assets or Bitcoin or ETH or whatever you're looking at could possibly hit those same targets. And that's when it feels like the cheat code. So again, thanks for all of your support. I appreciate it. I'm going to send this out to the free newsletter as well. Hope everyone has a good weekend. With that, I'll see you on the live stream Monday, and we'll see you on the next